truly be missed, so I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name, I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a two drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2? If you do half of what I do, then you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta to get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with and quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best, cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Oh! Bring 'em out, 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 bring 'em out. You just heard the sound of the king of the South, T.I. I go by the name of Swiss Beat the Monster. From the top. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. 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 Yo, 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 yo. 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 When I step up in the place, say yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check, and you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. I got you all in check. Up in the place. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. One blood, everybody like Junior Reed. Wake up every morning, yo, I must succeed.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson, first play, going to throw. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Next to score, Patriots 7, Ravens 0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Jackson. A check down here for Henry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Patriots. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one. Intercepted.
Take this nigga dead ass the fuck out of bounds.
Just shy of midfield. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Richardson. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 12. And the Patriot first down.
Off play action. Richardson. Looking for a slot man, and he's got it. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. They go play action with Richardson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. Only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
2nd and 6 from the 10.
At the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Now Richardson. That's complete right around the 8. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
10 more there and another 1st down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Left side, that's Colton and Mitchell. Oh, the gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been fooled.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 14-yard line.
When a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better end?
That's a fucking high cut. Bro, you just got one over me. That's crazy.
You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Richardson. They'll find Henderson out of the backfield here.
Yeah, bro, I might be done. I might be done with this shit, bro.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now they swing out wide here for Henderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A gain of 14. And a Patriot first down.
Now Richardson back to throw it. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
It's a gain of 11.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7 our score.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a first and 10.
Sit on, you. Ready? Sit on. Ready? Shot.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. Down to about the 32. The Ravens are 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. To throw is Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you get the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Richardson looking to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Craig. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Jackson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Jackson to throw. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
4th down, here's Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On the draw, here's Mitchell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tangled Andrews. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior and defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
DC, ready? You. Ready? Report.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
A gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Richardson looking to throw this. Going up top. This is caught at the 20. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Richardson to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs from 17 yards out. And the Pats had 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10. The Ravens take over first and 10. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Now a 2nd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Jackson. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. 2nd down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 6-yard
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Ravens 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Now Richardson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
Take it in this nigga.
That time they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 65-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here we go, set, let go.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Now it's Richardson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sand. And that'll bring up third. 3rd and 19. Back to throw. Richardson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, Don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Jackson now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zay Flowers, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a first and 10. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. From the shotgun, Richardson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Patriots.
Richardson off the play fake. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
It's second down.
Richardson. He finds his man complete. That's Craig. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10. To the right side, this is Henderson. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 17. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Henderson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Richardson out of the shotgun. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the interception, here's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice gain.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway.
These niggas get fumbled.
Well, I liked it. Just take the snap, burrow forward, pick up the few inches you need for a first down.
And defensively, I don't think they were expecting that. They looked a little surprised in the middle.
Yeah, a little bit wary there, weren't they? Because that could be a throwaway down where maybe you go play action, fake it, and try and get something big. But instead, they said, forget it. Let's just get a first down and start a new set.
From the gun, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the punt goes out of bounds. No chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go now.
Richardson looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really how to hurt you. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
New England on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And they're going to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Richardson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside. Yards there on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. From the gun, it's May. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
2nd and 10.
Crazy.
From the shotgun, it's May. Nowhere to turn this time, he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Mike Green able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Here's May. They set up the screen for Henderson. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Jackson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here now, 3rd down. Jackson. Jackson gonna keep it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Milton Williams in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. The drive begins with a run by Henderson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here it is, 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. This is 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's second down. Henry up the middle.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this one is right through. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Ravens, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss drops them back to 4 and 3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
my circle, you can't fit. Don't too many, be on some anti. I told her pull up, she asked me do I. Right now I'm fresh as hell, somebody take